It's your moment and it's your time. You're listening to Be Inspired with Amajo. I want to talk to you today about this constant need for validation that some of us feel. We feel that the relationships that we have, that we need this kind of sense of approval in everything that we do in our lives, and it really affects our ability to accept ourselves. And I think self acceptance is very, very important for you to really live out the highest, truest part of who you are and really live out your dream. Because coming to terms with what you want sometimes is hard for us to do. I was talking to someone the other day about their career, and they have this idea of this business they want to start. And I was a little surprised because as I was talking to them, they said, well, I'll go see what my boss thinks. And in my head, I'm thinking, why are you asking your boss what to do for your side business? I mean, I just think that some of us give our power away, and we give our power away for the decisions that we need to make for our own life. Maybe it's a spouse, or maybe it is a sibling. Definitely how we grew up affects how we make decisions. I'm the youngest of four. I know what it feels like to kind of feel like you silently need people's approval, or that best friend that, maybe you have that friend that's super cynical, and every time you bring up this part of your dream you want to do, they kind of shoot it down. And these things, even though they can seem really small, a lot of times the dynamics of these relationships and the validation we need from other people is the very reason why we don't move forward with what we want to do. We also bury ourselves in these ideas of who we are. Like if you want to make a career shift and you want to move on and do something else, we think about our coworker that we're going to miss and that really needs us. We think about that title, right? That person that we have been so long. We don't know how to not be that person. We need to free ourselves from these silent barriers that we allow to control us. It's so important to not overly rely on our titles for who we are. The title of your job. The title of your job is simply a descriptor for what you do on that job. It's not who you are. It could be the way a family member or a spouse views you. They think that you have to do this specific thing for them, or they see you a certain way. And then all of a sudden, the dynamics of your life change, and you don't really know how to make the shift or how to change or how to really be yourself. I always say this, relationships are meant for edification and encouragement in your life. They are not meant for control. You cannot allow what people think about you to control you. Here's my question for you. Who are you away from the crowd? Who are you? Are you like a really big dreamer, but anytime you bring up your dream, your family members are like, yeah, right. People like us don't do that. Or it just could be even if you're in a small town and you have some really out of the box idea or something that you want to do in your career, and people say, oh, we don't do that around here. Or maybe it's just how you feel about yourself, and your life is just very different from the life that you're living. You need to be able to know who you are away from the crowd. And you need to be able to start living this life without this constant need for validation from others. So here's a few steps that you can take just practically to help you to start releasing yourself from the control of others or the opinion, the validation of others. Number one, turn on the light in your relationships. Like, turn the light on. When you walk into a room, it's dark, you can't see anything, and you just flip that light switch and then boom, you can see everything. Take a step back and look at the dynamics of your relationships. Who's in your world that you feel their opinion of you is a little bit limiting? Think about your interactions with people, the things they say to you. maybe around people that don't let you dream too big. First is to turn on the light and just be aware. Be aware of those relationship dynamics. Number two is to set boundaries. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Everyone on your job does not need to know what you're doing, and your family doesn't always need to know what's going on in every part of your life. And you don't have to announce everything to everyone. I've been telling people these days, like, you do not have to be run by your social media channel. A lot of us feel like, oh, we have to bare our soul and tell everyone everything. You actually don't. So set boundaries for yourself. 3, realize the freedom. I talk a lot about freedom because we seem to feel that we just cannot be free. And there are these things in our life that are limiting us in a really unseen way. So, you know what? Realize that you are free to make the shift that you want to make the changes or the improvements, and release those opinions that people have of you from being important. People can say things. I'm not saying that you need to like defend yourself in every conversation and all of a sudden become this super defensive person, but learn to let people's opinions just go in one ear and out the other and not affect you so deeply. So you have to release that control that you're allowing people to have in your life. The last thing is to pursue and discover whatever it is that you want to do, however it is that you want to improve your life, however it is that you want to make your life better. You deserve to pursue that. You deserve to discover. And that could mean a number of things. That could mean finally updating your resume and making that change. That could mean actually applying for that job. Maybe internally there's a job that you want to apply for and you're not sure what your coworkers think. You need to go ahead and apply. Or maybe it's just totally making a career change and you're just afraid of what people think. You deserve the opportunity to pursue and discover. Making yourself small so that other people feel better is not doing you any justice. You're doing yourself an injustice by not going for what you want to go for because you need this validation from other people. Do not allow other people to define you and to decide for you how you are going to live this inspired life. Now, I want you to just take steps. Take these steps. Turn on the light, set those boundaries, realize the freedom, release the control, pursue and discover. It may take you some time. That's okay. It may be difficult for you to speak up and to just say what you really want. Take it day by day. But this is such a huge key in you accepting who you are. And when you begin to live this life free of the validation from others, you begin to see so many things on your horizon that you have never seen before. Thanks so much for listening to Be Inspired. Make sure you follow me on Amajo Plus at amajo.com.